What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Anomalies channel. Alright guys, it's been a few days since I've made one, but I've got a cool one for you today, and we're going to actually go back to the moon. And there's a good reason for it. You may look at the moon in a whole different way when I'm done with this. If any of you guys are familiar with Crow 777, he is an amateur astronomer, photographer, so on and so forth, and he's been doing these particular moon shots live. Just awesome stuff. And to be honest with you guys, I've seen him. He's affiliated, well, not affiliated, but he knows other astronomers as well. He's been, I forget what the other gentleman's name was, but it really doesn't matter. There's a handful of these astronomers that I just love this stuff because they're bringing the real truth out. We're not seeing these pictures of the moon filtered through NASA, if you will. So, okay. So the picture I'm going to show you is not mine. I take no credit for it at all. It is Crow 77's, and it's right here. This is the picture I'll be doing. Again, there's actually two of these pictures. This is one, and there's another one I've got in Photoshop. Again, the cool thing about this picture is it's not a picture taken by NASA in any way, shape, or form. This is straight off an amateur, astronomer's telescope through his camera. Here it is, the real deal. Now, I've got this weird thing. If you guys have seen this lunar wave that he talks about, it literally, if you see the little hand thing here, it literally has a wave from one end to another that literally goes up this thing and disappears. Sometimes it's a straight line going this way from top left to the bottom right. And it's a complete straight line, like there's a hologram or some kind of holographic picture or image being thrown over the moon. Now, at first, a lot of people are going to laugh about this. And I'm going to tell you guys straight up right now, this video is pure speculation. Pure speculation. Only because, even though I'm seeing this with my own eyes, he's showed this lunar wave on more than one thing, and it is not his equipment. And he'll show you that. It's not his equipment. He's got the camera on a certain angle, and then these lunar waves go in different angles. So you got to check out his video. I'll give you the link to that. Just go and check out his channel. It's phenomenal. So I have no reason to believe he's lying. And he actually says, I promise I will never try to put out misinformation or bogus videos, so on and so forth. And I'm the same way. I'm trying to find the truth here. So this is just bizarre to me. And when I seen this lunar wave, I was like, whoa, what the hell? First of all, one, who's doing that? And two, what are they hiding? Because if you think, okay, one, let's go to one. You go, first thing you think of is NASA or some kind of space agency. Well, let's say for argument's sake, now there's been telescopes around since what, the 1600s, 1700s? Rather crude, but they were still around. Now, you guys can correct me when the first one came out, because I don't know exactly when it was. But what's crazy about it, you go, okay, if this has been going on since back then it isn't us that's putting a hologram over this moon. Is it something that's being generated from inside the moon? Now, you guys, again, you got to go back to his videos and look at him, and then you're just going to start scratching your head. But what I did was a step further. I'm looking at this picture, and I'm going, why is this a straight line going across? And, of course, you don't see where it stops. You don't see it way over here on the top left, and you don't see it going down to the bottom right. So I'm going, but I'm still going, wow, that's kind of funky. That's pretty weird. But what I noticed was, and I'm saying to myself, why does it look like there's a giant mound sitting right here? Do you see that right there? And I'm saying, gee, how big are these? I know there's mountains on the moon, but how big are these? Now, this is kind of for the skeptics and, of course, my subscribers, but this is skeptics more because, people just want to believe that there's no way NASA can do any wrong at all. Come on. There's no way. You guys are all whacked out of your skull. Come on. All right. So this picture here is from space.com, and you'll also get the link to it. And as you can see, it shows a couple of the craters and mountains and so on and so forth. And, of course, on the lower left, you've got Copernicus crater. You've got Archimedes here, almost in the center. And you got Aristotle's, and so on and so forth. Okay. But I'm looking at this thing, and I'm going, what the heck? Why is this so blurred? Look at this. I'm just going to zoom in just a hair bit. Why over here at the top is this completely blurred? Blurred. Completely blurred. All digitized out over here on the backside. You know why they do that? They don't want you to see anything sticking out. This is the reason why they do this crap, because why does it look somewhat normal here? Of course, I am zoomed in. But all over here looks pretty much normal. You go over here, and that's a complete piece of trash. You've got to ask yourself, what's going on here? Look at this. All over here, complete trash. All over here, bad. Let's go down to here. Oh, look at this. I'm just going to zoom in. Look at the blur that's been blatantly put on this with an airbrush or whatever they're doing. You're not going to tell me the camera just happened to get, oh, well, let's just get, we'll just do spurious kind of blurring techniques over the picture. Come on. That's not going to happen. Now, here's another thing that'll blow your mind. I was seeing patterns here, like this one here. Look at this. Running from the top center almost. Right here. Straight down. Going across. Doing this. Going straight across again. Back down. And just look at the way some of these things are laid out. It doesn't make sense. Again, big time blur. What are they hiding? There's nothing on this rock, right? It's just a moon. It's just basically nothing. Okay. Check this out. When have you ever seen a crater? And of course this is dark, but that's not the point. Right here, this rectangular looking item. And it has something that's literally going over the wall of this crater. And again, right here, going off and over to the crater. There's something straight where it appears to be straight. And it looks like it's going back into the crater on this side. Now let's spin it around. And then we'll zoom in and see what we see. Check this out. What the hell is that? See that? And that's really perfect crater. I mean, that's super perfect. Look at this. You can actually see something going like this. Whatever this is, it's coming off and going back to the other side of this crater wall. And this straight piece here is also very faintly, you can see that going over there. But I'm going to show you a little bit better in a minute. But come on, guys. Look at this. Blatant blur over this whole picture. I don't think the moon is what we think it is. And I'm not saying, as you know, people go with crazy stuff. Oh, it's made of cheese and all this kind of crazy stuff. I mean, come on. But I don't think we're seeing the real thing. Because here's the thing. Let's go back to, first of all, why would anybody put a hologram, or why would something, meaning if it's some kind of weird, I'm going to get all sci-fi on you now, but if it's an alien race, why would they put some kind of weird hologram or picture over the actual moon? Are we seeing the real moon? Well, that's a big question. That's huge. Now, how about if, I'm going to go sci-fi on you for a minute. Let's just say this was like actually intelligently made, and this picture that they're throwing over this is actually a picture, but below this picture, this actual hologram is what's really the moon is made of. Is it perhaps mechanical? Is it more intelligently made than we think it is? Well, now again, let's go back to the old, if you guys are familiar with the old Star Wars, you got the Death Star, here's a picture of the moon. What would happen if this picture here of the moon was, let's throw a number, 30%, transparent. And then you took it and you stuffed it and put it over this top of this Death Star. What would happen? Well, you'd still have a picture that looked like this. The only difference is you'd be able to see through it a little bit, and you'd be able to see other anomalies, we're going to use the term, because I don't know what you'd see, but whatever. Okay, now let me jump into this right here, because this is just crazy. All right. So I'm looking at this picture, and I'm saying, okay, and again, this goes out, this is Crow's picture. This is not mine. I take no credit for it. And I've got this one here. Now, this one here is a little bit more, it's in the same video, and what he does is he's actually talking about other people. There's other 3 people, I think there's 3 or 4 other people that confirmed what he's been confirming. He's been seeing this lunar wave, literally running, like I said, nice straight line, just running down this way, running from south to north, from, northwest down to southeast. It's crazy, and it's not equipment. At least it doesn't appear to be. So, now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, why am I seeing these weird, funky lines? But let's go ahead and enhance this, because I want to show you this. This is not the best picture, of course, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, because, yeah, it gets more and more bizarre. All right, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying, all right, I flip this around, because this big area, you'll see this right here, right there. It's more of a flat, and it goes like this here. Well, I did the same thing here. This is really a bad picture, and I'm going to explain to you why in a minute. See the way this piece looks right here? You go, well, it's just part of the ground. No, it actually looks like it's raised up. There's another piece here that also looks like it does that. But there's more crazy stuff over here, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. All right. You can see right here. Let me go down to the, I think I can do it this one. Nope. Okay, I didn't do it on this one. It doesn't matter. We're not going to spend too much time on this particular one. But anyway, you can see what something looks like. It's going like this here. Flat, going around, and going over to here. There's some things that looks like there's, in other words, there's depth. There's either depth to what we're seeing on the lunar surface, or this hologram is actually above the moon, and we're actually seeing what's really below the hologram. Now, okay. let me jump over to this one because this is a lot better, a whole lot better, what do you call it, resolution. Okay, now watch this. I'm going to take the color out, and I'm going to try to dig into this picture, see if we can find and put it in more of a 3D. Okay, but before we do that, I want to show you this because this is just crazy. This way you don't think I added this. This is nuts. Check this out. When you look at this upper left, I'm going to guess this would be around 12 o'clock at the very top. This is probably around 10 o'clock. Look at what looks like craters. And you can see the way they actually look like they'd be proper on the actual surface. Let's go to the right for a moment. Why does this look like a giant pipe sticking out? You'd think that base would be in the ground this way, looking out this way, but no, it's coming out almost this way. And but it'd be coming almost straight at the, I'm going to say satellite, or the actual viewer, which would be his telescope. But look at that thing. It looks like a giant pipe as opposed to these regular, what look like craters. What does that? Here's another thing that's crazy. Look at this right here. It almost looks like something round right there. Look at that. Almost like if you were looking through a scope of a gun and you can see the crosshairs, look at 1, 2. See that right there? And you can see almost 3/4 of that. Is it possible that's some kind of inlet or outlet? Now, before you think I'm crazy, watch this. I'm going to enhance this, but check this out. Look at giant square here, faded out. Round piece, faded out. This piece right here. Now, watch this. This is great. All right. Now, suddenly everything becomes a little bit more deep. There's got some depth to it. This is that weird... I'm going to go ahead and rotate this for you guys. Right here, this piece here. I think I can actually... Yeah, I can. Well, let's do it this way. Let's throw some red into this. Okay. So now, if you look right here, you can see what looks like... Let me go ahead and thin this out just a little bit. Right here. Well, that's a little too thin. Well, you know why? I got to turn way down. Let's do this. All right. See if that's any better. Still doesn't look all that great, does it? Well. All right. Right here, got this weird looking, huge, what looks like a mountain type thing. But right here, when you look at this, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. Check this out. Very faintly, you can see something right here. Goes like this and goes completely down. Now, look at this stuff. It suddenly looks like it's higher up. And look at all of this mess right here. I just noticed this. All in this circle. Look at all of what looks like little lines and little... I don't know if I want to call them structures. But look at all of these weird things. They suddenly look like they're raised up. Like there's a 3D... Like you're seeing below this actual hologram. Is it possible this hologram is made to... I don't know if I want to use the term... Put like a fog over it, if you will. Kind of like what NASA's doing now... with the actual, how they're trying to, like their satellite pictures of like Mount Sharp, good example. What are they doing? They're actually taking these things and putting like a film over it, so you don't see any fine details, and you don't see any depth to these pictures. Is it possible this hologram is doing the same thing? Now, I'm not saying, I already said from the beginning, this is pure speculation, but I want to get your take on this, guys, because this is just crazy. I'm seeing this stuff and I'm going, what? Wow. So... Then I'm going to see, you can see right here, there's something coming from way back here, right here. It starts. There's something right here that does this. This keeps going. There's this big white cylindrical piece. Then it keeps going like this. And it looks like there's a bunch of little lines there. I don't know if you can see that. Watch this. See this? And then you've got these other pieces. There's something, I don't know what this mess is, but right here, this whole piece. And then you get something right here. There's a big cluster of things. And then there's like pieces go off, over to here. I mean, this is just some crazy things. You can see some blurred out things that look like they're sticking out of the bottom of this. So you say, oh, well, okay. Now, let me do this. Just blur just a hair. And I'm looking at these. Here's that other piece I was telling you guys about. This is just crazy. This suddenly looks right here, this piece here. Well, good I did that. Right here, you can see this piece here. Of course, I'm not following an exact line, but that's okay. And it looks like there's something almost like another piece right here, and then it goes down like this. It looks like it's under it. It doesn't look like, this looks like it's above the ground, or above the surface, so to speak, and it's not actually laying on the ground. And you can see what looks like this depth to it, like all the way down, all in this area here, is all like fogged out, like it's the actual, what's actually being hidden. And the rest of this stuff is still whatever the hell it is. But look at these crazy shapes down here. Look at this. See this? I mean, come on. It's just nuts. I mean, when you look at this stuff, it's like, what does that? So, you know, and you can see what looks like a bunch of little shapes. And look at the way these things, look at this, the way they run off. I mean, I'm okay if a lot of this is picture artifact. I really don't have a problem with that, guys. I really don't. But check this out. Why does this look like right here? I'm going to just make this just a hair bit smaller. Come on. We'll go like this here. Okay. Where does this right here? There's another one here. And you got these two little blocks. It almost looks like there's a whole bunch of actual, look at this, all in here. And it looks like there's a lot of small structures, if you will. I mean, it almost looks like there's squares and rectangles as opposed to just random craters and so on and so forth. Now, again, a lot of this may be just, you know, artifacts, but check this out. I'm looking in this here and I'm just seeing like things like this. And there's other pieces all over the place. Look at it all. Now, again, God knows what this stuff is. But when you look down here, you can see like there's pieces here. There's, I don't know. This right here looks like it's raised up now. It doesn't look like it's actual. Look at this. Up, over. And there's a whole mess of these things like I was showing you earlier going in all different directions. Now, let me see if I can do this for a minute. Let me throw a little blur right there. See how you can see these now? They're not so grainy. There's something that goes just like this. Well, it's going to be in gray, which I didn't want to do, but right here. Let's do it this way. You're going to see it right here. Watch this. I'm going to blur it back up. See that? Right there. This right here. What does this? And you can see it's black underneath it. Looks like a giant question mark. And you can see something that's right here. It does this. Looks like it goes like this. And you can just see a faint line going down. It almost looks like we're seeing either it's very deep or this hologram is made to hide what's really on this planet. Or this moon, I should say. I should say satellite because that's what we call them. It's a satellite to the parent planet. But I'm just seeing a bunch of stuff here, guys, that, I mean, I don't know what it is. I really couldn't tell you. But check this out. Here's that weird looking, supposed to be a crater, I guess. But yet, look at the way this thing is. It's like sticking out of the ground. Well, did that a little too fast, sorry. And you can see what looks like it goes like this. So that thing is sticking out at an angle. What crater does that, guys? Check this out. Look at all of these little pieces down here. Look at this. Yeah, these don't look like craters to me, guys. This thing actually does this. You can see this one go like this, over, and then it looks like it goes back here. This looks like there's a bunch of crap here. Look at this. Now, like I said, again, this is pure speculation, but come on. I'm seeing things here, and again, this is not from NASA. So we're seeing the actual moon itself. And like I said, I have no reason to believe that, you know, Crow 77 is going to lie about this stuff, and the guys that also confirmed his lunar wave, I don't believe that. In fact, I'm actually subscribed to the guy because I love his work. And so, you know, when you see this stuff, you just can't help but to go, come on, what is going on here? And here's the picture now. Again, this is the first things I seen here. You've got this big mound, whatever that is. You've got this right here. I don't know what this round piece is. It's not a crater. You can tell it's not. You got this big piece right here, this what looks like an overhang or something, there's space under it, and a whole bunch of this crap underneath. And guys, I'm going to give you this picture so you can analyze this yourself. Throw it in Photoshop. Tell me what you think. Is it nothing more than just picture artifacts, or is it something more to it? Look at this right here. I just noticed this. Looks like this thing goes up like this, goes like this. See this? Well, I actually did that pretty sloppy. It's supposed to go down like this. But going to the back, there's something that looks like it's in the gray area, but then it comes back out and it's like this. I mean, there's that other thing I told you, just a little funky looking. I mean, look at this. It's half gray, half white, but check this out. Well, I did that a little messed up. Let me do it this way. Okay, and there's this rectangular piece right there. Come on, guys. Look at this. That's just crazy. So are we seeing the real moon? Or is this hologram actually hiding what's really here? It's a whacked out theory in a sense, but I also didn't think for a moment that that was true when I looked at these when he showed that lunar wave. I said, "There's no way." But then after he showed it and then he confirmed it with 3 or 4 other people, I was like, "Whoa, what the heck is going on here?" Again, you got this like right here, stops right there. You can see it just faintly, but you can see these things. It looks like there's something round right there. Coming down. Whatever this piece is here, looks like it's coming down, coming down. There's just a whole mess of things here, guys. It's not just, and you can see this stuff very faintly down in the bottom. I don't know. Look at this. Let's do this. Yeah, if that's a crater, that's a funky looking crater, guys. That's one funky looking crater. This looks like a hole. It doesn't even look like a crater. Yeah. See how the way the picture looks? It looks like there's nothing there to see. Like it's completely... See that? So, I mean, I don't know, guys. That was just nuts. I mean, when I seen this, I'm just going, whoa. And like I said, when you start to when you start to use this Photoshop to bring out the depth of this picture, suddenly, like I said, picture this whole thing being fake, and I'm not saying that it is. I'm not saying, but picture that is an actual picture or a hologram being projected, or it's being projected from the inside of this moon on the outside. Just to hide what's really underneath this, or what's really this thing is made of. And like I said, this to the left, I was like, I understand there's mountains on the moon, of course there is, but man, that is just insane. I didn't think they were that big. If that's a mountain, that's one. Whoops. No, let me do it this way. Like I said, I can see this thing going down like this, and then it's faded away. And then there's a bunch of other weird, you can see it like it goes like this. And this whole mound, I mean, it's just a whole big piece. And this is, whatever it is on top of it. Looks like it's almost made to look like a crater. Look at it. You would think that's a crater off in the distance. It looks like it's on top of, or whatever that is. This crater looks like it's up and over the, it's off the ground. See it? And it has shadows to it. You can see like there's all darkness. Now, guys, like I said, analyze it. I mean, take a look at the picture. I'll give it to you, like I said, in Google+. You guys can analyze it yourself. Tell me what you think. I think here's my thoughts. If this is real, meaning if the hologram is in fact real, and it appears to be, and like I said, I want you guys to run over to Crow77's channel, and it's not the last video, but the video before. It's called 9 Lunar Waves, and he's got it in, it says hologram with a question mark, filmed. Game change. And the reason why he says game change is because other people have also seen this particular wave. So it makes you wonder, okay, and again, I wanted to go back to this because I didn't show you this to begin with. Well, I did in the beginning, but right here is that weird looking round piece. Well, that's not as straight as I wanted it, but right here, and there's something in the middle of this. Now, I'm only seeing 3/4 of that, but what does that? I mean, what is that? There's something right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's very faint, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something larger that coming off this thing, and then the other side's doing the same thing. Now, I don't know what this stuff is. Again, some of these may just simply be nothing more than artifacts, but check this out. Look at this. Nice square. Going like this. Going down. You guys see that? And you can see where this is like it's being covered up somehow. See this right here? There's another piece going. It looks like it's kind of arched, and it's going just like that. Another piece here. It's almost like we're seeing through this actual hologram. And I'm hoping if I get a hold of Crow that I can get some really good, more clean pictures from him. Because I'd rather get it from him than get it from NASA or the ESA. I don't know about you guys, but you never get a good crystal clear picture. And if it does appear crystal clear, the second you zoom in, it just looks like absolute garbage. Look at this. What is that? Looks like it's something rather big and large right there. Kind of looks like it's doing this little overhang thing, but check that out. See that? Right there. Very faint, but it's right there. I don't know, guys. Give me your take. Let me know. I'm gonna, like I said, I was just dumbfounded. I'm saying, first, again, what would do this hologram, whether it be us or I'm going to use the term aliens because it meaning other than different than us, and what would be the purpose? There's only one conclusion you can come to, and that is that they're trying to hide something, whether it be them, meaning other than us, or simply NASA. But again, you think these people way back when would have seen this. As crude as their telescopes were, you think they would have seen it. But anyway, guys, give me your take on it. Let me know what you think because, you know what? Wow. Again, see how this looks like it's nothing there? I'm wondering if that's true, if this is absolutely 1,000%, this is a hologram. And I'm not saying some people are going, yeah, maybe the moon's not there. That I don't believe. I believe absolutely it's there. I also believe the other thing I differ from Crow 777 is he believes we haven't been out in space other than low Earth orbit. I differ from that. I don't believe that for a moment. I think we do have machines, meaning satellites, the rovers on Mars, the orbiters, so on and so forth. It's just what they're doing to the people, to us, is what they're doing is they're feeding us false information. That's the big lie. It's not really about, now, whether we personally, meaning humans, have been to the moon. Man, that's so up in the air. There's an argument for both sides. I want to believe that we have because I've seen pictures where it shows the astronauts with the, the moon buggy and all that other crap. But you can see in the mountains, you can see where they've been faked. They've been, manipulated over, and you can literally drag stuff out of that. I've done a video a while back about the moon, and it looks like there's this tubes or whatever running along the actual surface of part of the lunar surface, and you can see this thing with colors literally inside these tubes. I mean, it's plain as day, and I was like, whoa, holy crap. There's more to what's going on in this moon than meets the eye, period. At least that's my opinion. I'm not saying everybody else has to follow suit. But again, I'm going to give you guys this picture. I know there's a lot of you guys that love to pull these pictures apart. Tell me what you think. I'm going to give you this particular picture right here. I'm not gonna manipulate it. I'm not gonna mess with it. This was taken again from Crow 77s, and it was right around 10 minutes and 14 seconds. So if you guys want to screenshot it yourself or just get it straight off to Google, that's your choice. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there for you. And I'm also gonna do the enhanced, of course. And I'm gonna let you guys eyeball it. I can keep it like this. Well, I should say like this. And then what I'll do is I'll do the shopping version so you guys can have both and then check it out yourself. I'm seeing a whole lot more depth here. Everywhere I look, I'm seeing depth. Things sticking out of this lunar surface. It doesn't look like that anymore. See how it looks just like plain Jane? It just looks like it's plain. The second you do this, you're seeing things that look like they're a lot higher off the surface than they appear to be. See, I'm seeing this right here. This is very... Let me see if I can do this. Right here, it's very faint, but right here going down, I'm going to do it with the gray outline. Right here, going up on this arch, and is 1, 2... You get this weird, crazy-looking question mark thing, but look at the way this thing does this. Check this out. Up and over, and actually drops down. You see that? Look at this. And it looks like it drops down just like that. Again, on the backside, it's doing the same thing. Something round. Are these things being disguised? Something round in the center of that. Come on, man. I mean, that's just crazy. But again, is it nothing more than trick of the eye? You guys let me know. I'm going to end this thing. I don't want to make it too long. There's a lot of things to look at in this picture. Have a look at it. Tell me what you guys think. And we'll go from there. I just think if there's somebody going to put a hologram over the moon, as hot as... I mean, to be honest with you, it was crazy. First time I seen him do that with the hologram, I went, oh, come on. That's got to be some kind of camera screw-up or equipment screw-up. Just like the old VCRs where the tracking was off and you'd see it go up and down the picture. Now, depending if you went to plus or minus on the tracking wheel, you'd see it go up or you'd see it go down. But he's got a video that it clearly shows that he's taking a picture of the moon, and you can start to see that wave come up from the south. He literally moves up the telescope, and that wave finally catches up to the telescope again. So what's that telling you? It's not the equipment. Whatever it is actually projecting, or it's coming from inside the moon, or we're projecting it. One of the two. So, guys, check that out, and then check out my pictures. Tell me what you think. I'd be really curious. Are we seeing the real moon? You guys let me know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. I do have some more crazy ones coming up, and you're going to like this. So stay tuned for that. Everybody who's jumped on board, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And like I said, I do this because I want to see this stuff myself, but I'm also doing it for you because I want to get the truth out. Plain and simple. Anyway, guys, again, appreciate it, and I'll see you next pick.